What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I wanted to share a drill for Warzone that is great for just warming up as well as practicing your aim, especially your aim towards headshots, which is extremely important within this mode. This is really similar to something I do for multiplayer every year with Call of Duty. I develop a drill to help you practice your aim and just get your head in the game a lot faster than you would by just hopping into the game and playing against real people. Now, a lot of people would think that the best way to warm up for Warzone is to simply hop into that practice mode against bots, where you drop into Karst River Quarry and a bunch of bots drop in as well. And while that can work as a warm-up, I feel like we can be much more efficient with this by using my method that I've developed here. Now, with this method, we're going to be hopping into a custom game, so you will have to own the full game for this. If you don't have the full game and you're just a free-to-play player, then yeah, your best bet is probably just to hop into that practice mode or hop into Plunder. Plunder can also be great for warming up. But if you do have multiplayer, I feel like this method that I've developed is the most effective for warming up and practicing your aim. So let's just hop right into the setup here. What we're going to be doing is we want to select Grasna Raid as our map. This one is very important because it gives us a little bit more range to play with. With most of my warm-up drills for regular multiplayer, I would do this on a very small map, but we do want to extend those ranges a little bit, and Grasna can be great for this. And we're also going to be playing Hardpoint as our mode, and this is for a very specific reason. Now, getting into the game rules, we want to set our time limit and score limit to unlimited. If you want to limit the amount of time you're doing this for, like just say you want to hop on and do it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you could do that. But I just like going unlimited and then going for as long as I feel like. Next, in the advanced tab, something that's really important is we're going to be turning our zone lifetime to unlimited. And this is really important for this drill. And on top of that, our activation delay, I've just disabled that. As for our player tab, I set the max health to 200 points. Now, I realize in Warzone, you can effectively get up to 250 points of health if you combine that with armor as well. But the snipers are balanced a bit different in multiplayer, and we do want the ability to get a one-shot headshot with our sniper rifles if we are going to be doing some sniper practice. So I decided to set it on 200 health here for that. On top of that, I have set the health regeneration to fast, and this just gets you back in the fight a little bit faster if you've taken some damage from a previous fight. Because the key with most drills is repetition and getting as much repetition in the shortest period of time possible. It's all about developing that muscle memory as fast as you can. But moving on to the team tab, this is where we are going to turn the radar to the normal sweep. This is just going to help you a little bit with locating your enemies. We don't want it on constant because we don't want to rely 100% on our minimap, but we want to have a bit of an indication of where we want to be looking and stuff, which again, that just helps with that repetition to make sure you're not spending a bunch of time just roaming around aimlessly trying to find enemies. We want to limit that a little bit. And on top of that, we're just going to turn the weapon pings on with the minimap. Now finally, in the gameplay tab, scroll all the way down, and we're just going to disable kill streaks just because that will completely throw things off within this. We don't need kill streaks for this warm-up. Now the next thing we're going to do is set up our bots, because this will be against bots just like all of my drills, and what I'd recommend is either 4 or 5 enemy bots, no friendly bots at all. You're going to be solo against these enemies, and then set the bot difficulty to recruit. Now I know recruit bots, they don't move like real players do. They're not going to shoot back nearly as effectively as real players. But again, it's all about that repetition and that muscle memory. So all these are is like pylons in sports, for instance. They're just designed to be there for you to practice on. They're not designed to be true competition that's fighting back against you. So if you ever do want to adjust the difficulty level of this, depending on your skill level, maybe it's a bit hard, you can bump the number of bots down. Don't adjust the bot difficulty itself. Same thing goes if you find this is too easy and you're not getting enough repetition and you can handle more, bump that up a little bit, maybe up to 6. I think 5 is a nice sweet spot for me, but for a lot of people, 4 is where you want to be, and these are recruit bots. Now, let's just hop into the game and you guys can see what I'm going to be doing here. Basically, it's pretty straightforward. The reason we selected Hardpoint is we're going to have this Hardpoint location on Grasna Raid, which is in the trenches, which is a nice open area with some longer sight lines. And the way the bots work in this game is they're always attracted to the Hardpoint. If we were to put this on free-for-all, we'd be running around all over the place between each gunfight trying to find bots, and that would just take way too much time between gunfights, which we don't want. With Hardpoint, the bots will all concentrate to that one point. So what we're going to be doing here is basically attacking that hardpoint once the bots take it, then maybe defending that hardpoint for a little bit, then backing off, letting those bots take the hardpoint, and this way you're practicing 2 different styles. You're practicing defending a point and using cover wisely as you're getting in your gunfights, and on the other end of that, you'll be practicing making a push towards enemy players. Now, the big key with this is you really want to be focusing on your accuracy, and if you're using a regular primary gun like an assault rifle or an SMG, for instance, you really want to focus on those headshots. That's a huge part of this drill, is we want to train that muscle memory to always be automatically aiming towards the head, because that is extremely important within Warzone. Additionally, what I like to do with this is I like using a build with an assault rifle as well as a sniper rifle. This way I can practice my sniper shots a little bit as well. And again, these bots aren't going to perform like real players. They're not necessarily going to be a huge challenge for you to snipe. But what you're practicing here is if you back off and you snipe the players off of the hardpoint location, this just gives you that practice of getting onto target with a sniper rifle as fast as possible. And by on target, I mean onto the head of your target, and getting that shot off as quick as you possibly can. Even if they aren't shooting back at you or they're not a real threat to you, this is still great for practicing that muscle memory of snapping onto target quickly. And with that, that's pretty much it for this drill. The big thing to pay attention to is you do want to mix things up a little bit. Like I said, give them the hard point every once in a while and attack from different directions. And that way you're not just standing in a trench shooting bots that run in a straight line towards you constantly, because that's not really going to help you a ton. You want a little bit of variety here within your gameplay as you're doing the drill. Set up in a window somewhere, maybe pick them off from different directions, or set yourself up in a sight line that's pretty far away and practice picking off those headshots with a sniper rifle. Now, just in case you guys are curious, I decided I would show you my class setup for this as well. This is the one that I've been using within the gameplay here. Of course, use the class setup that you're comfortable with for Warzone. But with this, we're using the Grau. I've got monolithic suppressor, Archangel barrel, tac laser, commando foregrip, and the 60-round mag. This thing is an absolute laser beam with a great fire rate. It's excellent for practicing your headshots, and it's great within Warzone itself. And I'm really having a lot of fun with that particular setup. And then my sniper class, which right here we've got monolithic suppressor, Simguard Arms Pro, tac laser, Simguard Arms Assassin stock. Perk is focus, although really, when looking at this drill, you might be better off just putting an extended mag on there, just so you can continue that repetition as much as possible, even if I may not be using that within regular Warzone all that much. But that would be a great sniper rifle to use. Then I've got Scavenger on here just to make sure I don't run out of ammo and have to kill myself, which just slows down that repetition. And of course, we've also got Amped on there so we can swap quickly. Now, I didn't actually think to adjust my equipment at all before doing this drill. Didn't really think about it much at all, but you could throw Stim on there just to get you back in the fight even faster after taking damage, as well as whatever lethal you're comfortable with. But with that, that's pretty much it for this drill, and I'm personally going to be doing this as much as possible whenever I get some spare time, because it is just so good at training that muscle memory to snap onto the head, which I can't stress enough how important that is within Warzone. And it's something that I've actually been finding with my Warzone gameplay. I haven't been doing a good job of this. Most of the time, I'm just trying to get shots on target as fast as possible, and I'm not taking that extra time to try and adjust and hit the head. Against players that are worse than you, yeah, you can get away with this no problem. But when you start running into enemies that are really good, they're at least equal to your skill level, this is where headshots will often be the difference maker in a gunfight. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to share in today's drill. Of course, I'd like to know in the comment section below, what are you guys thinking about this drill? Have you tried it out, and has it helped you develop any sort of muscle memory, or at the very least just help you warm up before a gaming session? Just let me know those thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.